Hey guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this week's ukulele lesson, we're going to be learning Perfect by Ed Sheeran. So, I think this song is really suitable for the intermediate player. Now, I know that it looks a lot harder than that, but trust me, it's really not that hard of a song to play when we think of it as a finger picking tune. So there's nothing really complex happening with the left hand or the right hand. What makes it tricky is the rhythm and the timing. That's because we're playing in 12/8. So let's break down what 12/8 is. So in a nutshell, 12/8 means that we are playing 12 beats per measure and the eighth note gets the beat. So look at the staff above. You can see that we have eighth notes that are grouped into three, and we have four sets of those. 3 times 4 is 12. And the eighth note is what gets the beat. So if I was to count throughout this rhythm, I have 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So as you heard, basically what 12/8 does is every eighth note that you see is the equivalent to an eighth note triplet in 4/4. So if you're new to understanding what triplets are and eighth note triplets in particular, then I'm going to put a link to a lesson below. So I'd highly suggest that you watch that lesson before you move forward with this tune, because it's really vital that you understand the rhythmic feel of an eighth note triplet. Now, as we move forward throughout this lesson, we're further going to be subdividing that beat. It's going to make it a little bit trickier, so we'll break all that stuff down as we get to it. But until then, let's go ahead and talk about this lesson. So this lesson is going to be our part 1 lesson, and in this lesson, we're going to cover the first half of the tune. So if you guys want to learn the second half of this song, we're going to be learning it in the part 2 lesson at rockclass101.com. So you can click this link right here to check out the full lesson, or you can go to the site and do a search for Perfect. There you'll also be able to get the tabs that you can print off and follow along with as a PDF format, as well as access the on-screen tab viewer. Now this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, you can watch the tabs scroll across in real time, you can highlight bars to loop sections, slow it down to any speed. Just a really great asset in learning this song that much easier. Alright, so if you guys are ready and all that sounds perfect, let's go ahead and begin. Alright guys, let's go ahead and kick off with the intro. So I'm going to go ahead and play through it. It's only 2 bars in length, so I'll play through it and then we'll break it down. And keep in mind that feel that we just talked about. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So here's what it sounds like. Okay, so let's go ahead and break that one down. So the first thing I want to talk about is the picking pattern. We can use a 3-finger approach for picking. That means that our thumb is going to get string 4 and string 3. Index finger gets string 2, middle finger gets string 1. So we can use that throughout pretty much the whole tune. So that's something that you can keep in mind. Maybe when we get to the tapping part where we add the backbeat, we can talk about a little bit of a different approach, but we'll touch on that when we get there. Now, the other thing I want to point out with this intro is that it has a repetitive picking pattern where it's string 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. So it makes it really easy to remember and to get down. So 1, 3, 2, different chord. 1, 3, 2, different chord. 1, 3, 2, different chord. 1, 3, 2. So let's show you what that is, right? So first chord, F, 1, 3, 2, different chord. 1, 3, 2, different chord. 1, 3, 2, different chord. 1, 3, 2. So as you see, repetitive picking pattern. So easy to tackle. So we've just got to learn a bunch of chords, right? Our first one is an F chord. So to form it, we're going to use the middle finger on the 9th fret of string 3, index on 8 on string 2, and your pinky on 12 on string 1. We're going to ignore the 4th string throughout this entire 2 bars. So go ahead and form this F chord. And remember, our picking pattern is 1, 3, 2. Now our next chord goes to a C5. Pretty easy change. We're going to go ahead and drop these 2 fingers down a half step and flip-flop them. So they go from 9-8 to 7-8. And then our pinky goes down a whole step, goes from the 12th fret to the 10th fret. So I've got 7, 8, 10. Remember, I'm ignoring string number 4. But the thing that we want to keep in mind is that we really need to only change the fingerings that we need at the time of playing. So a lot of times when I teach lessons, that I make a point that you need to move everything in unison. So when you're changing chords, everything needs to be happening. You can see all three fingers move at the same time in unison, right? It's not ba 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 ba. But the difference is we're not doing any kind of like a strum pattern where we have to move rapid fire to the next chord. When we're playing through this, watch how it's one note at a time. 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. So you can see we can build these chords one at a time this time around because of the way that we're phrasing it and playing it. So it actually makes it a bit easier to tackle. So keep that in mind, food for thought. So again, when we're going from the first chord, we have 1, 3, 2. Then we go to the next chord. The first thing we want to do is drop that pinky down to the 10th fret, then add the index, then add the middle. So that's going to be the easy change for that. So F to C5. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, now when we go to the next chord, it's a D minor. Let's go ahead and form that. It's the middle finger on 9 on string 3, ring finger on 10 on string 2, index on 8 on string 1. Okay, so again, the same concept applies. So when I go from C5, I'm going to go ahead and drop the index first, then I can add the middle, then add the ring. So you can watch that transition happen. Okay, so it's a lot easier than trying to plop all of them at the same time, although you do want to practice that because it's useful for other contexts of playing. So again, we're going to D minor, so we have 1, 3, 2, and then we go to A minor, which is the staircase, which we all know as E minor, just moved up higher on the neck. So that's going to be 9 on string 3, 8 on string 2, and 7 on string 1. So ring, middle, index. Okay, and the same pattern, right? 1, 3, 2. So you can practice D minor to A minor. So if I play throughout that, guys, let's see if we can tackle this full bar. We've got 1, 2, slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Now our second bar goes to a B flat and to a C. It's the same chord shape as a regular G. And we're keeping the same concept in mind where we start off with building it one finger at a time. We have a bit of a jump, right? We're going from 9, 8, 7, the staircase, to 5 and 6. So we have to go from there to there. But again, we can make it easier by going one at a time, right? So we're going to go ahead and start with the middle finger on 5 on string 1, then add the index to 5 on string 3, and ring to 6 on string 2. So here's what the second bar sounds like, just for context. You can see here that the pattern is the same for the first half. We have 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, strum, da da dum, and then a little walk-up melody. So we're kicking off with the B flat. So we're playing through this twice. So we're literally just going 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. And then move that shape up a whole step and you get C. You can strum that, and we hold it out for the entire 1, 2, 3 length. So it's a dotted quarter, right? 1, 2, 3. And then we're into the little walk up, which is open C, second fret of the C string, and the first fret of the E string. So O, 2, 1. Okay, so if I play that second bar, I have 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, strum, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So pretty simple for the second bar, a lot less movement than the first bar. Let's go ahead and try the second bar together. We have 1, 2, slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, strum, 2, 3, walk up, O, 2, 1. Awesome. Now if we tackle the whole first and second bar, so this is the entire intro, we get 1, 2, go. 1, 2, that is everything for our intro. So let's go ahead and jump into our first verse. So the first verse is going to be 8 bars in length. So let's go ahead and tackle let's do 1 bar at a time because the rhythm is a little complex. So let's tackle 1 bar at a time. So here's what the first bar sounds like. Okay, so a good way to approach learning this tune is also to do it by ear. So if you can sing it, you can play it. So you'll want to understand the rhythmic that you're hitting, the rhythm values that you're hitting, but you also want to be able to just feel that beat, right? Because this is a very emotional tune. So we also want to approach it not only by understanding what we're playing rhythmically, but also by memorizing it, in essence. So if I sang it out, it sounds like da 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 ba dum. Right? So if you can sing it, you can play it. So we're starting off with the basic F chord. So middle finger on 2nd fret of string 4, index on 1st fret of string 2. So we're going to be picking out of this. We've got strum 3, 2. So there's our first triplet. We have strum 3, 2. Next triplet goes 1, 2, 3. So you can see it's a walk down and a walk back up. So we have strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So again, strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, our next hit, which is that third set, is going to be just the open A. And you're going to let that ring out for the entire 1, 2, 3. So it's a dotted quarter. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now on that last set of triplet, we're going to strum. We're going to hold that out for 1 and 2. And then for the third beat, we're going to do a pull-off 3, 1. So we're subdividing this 8th note by 2, which creates a 16th note. So we're fitting twice as much into that last hit. So if I count it, I could just count it as 3 and. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and. Okay? So again, this little pull-off just takes our ring finger, puts it on the 3rd fret of string 2. We're going to do a pull-off 3 to 1. And that's it. So if I call out the strings that I'm hitting, I have strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, hold, hold, strum, hold, pull off. Okay, so let's see if you and I can give that a shot together. Here we go, slowly. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, pull off. Awesome. Let's tackle the next bar. Sounds like this. Okay, so you can hear we've got another syncopated hit in there. So let's go ahead and break down. The first part is basically identical to what we played in the first bar. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So again, we're starting out with those 2 sets of the 8th note triplets, then we have a dotted quarter by itself. So we're doing the same picking pattern. This time we're only changing one thing. Instead of an F chord, we're adding the ring finger and making it a D minor. So add that ring finger to the 2nd fret of string 3. So again, we're going to go ahead and strum, then we're playing 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then string 1. So it's the same down up pattern, strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then string 1 held out for the 3rd set of 8th note triplet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So same thing as the first bar. Now this last set is where it changes. So we're putting that 16th note hit on the first beat. So 1 and 2, 3. So the 2nd and the 3rd are the regular notes, but the first one we have to subdivide and play twice as much. So we're putting the opposite of what we did before, which was a pull-off. This time we've got a hammer-on, so we're going 1 to 3. We're going to hammer on, then play the open 4th string and the open A string. So our rhythm for that last the fourth triplet is 1 and 2, 3. So a quick hit, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. So if we try together, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. You can hear that we play on that fourth eighth note triplet. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. Okay, so let's see if we can tackle that full bar. So same stuff, we're just playing out a D minor, then we put that different ending on there. So let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, go. Strum 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hammer 4, 1. Okay, now let's see if we can tackle first and second bar. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, go. Strum 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, strum, pull off, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. So now let's tackle the third bar. And this third bar has a really syncopated hit on the first one. So sounds like this. Let me go ahead and play the bar and then we'll call out those rhythms. So you can hear ba da 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 da, 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's go ahead and break down this rhythm. So we're looking at only the first set of triplet. So the first hit is a dotted eighth note. So that means that it's going to last for that eighth note plus a 16th. Now the second hit is the 16th note. And the third hit is an eighth note. So if we were to count it, we would have 1 and 3. So you can hear that that first hit is lasting for 1 and 2. Then the second hit is on the end of 2. And then the third hit is regular on 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so a little tricky, but you can hear it really well. And da, 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 da. So 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can really hear it, da, 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 right? So that's what gives it that cool syncopated sound. All right, so let's go ahead and tackle it. So we're playing a B flat major 7. So we've got a bit of a jump going up to here. We're gonna use our middle finger for the 5th fret of string 3, ring finger for the 6th fret of string 2, and the A is open. We're ignoring string 4 for right now. So we're gonna strum 3 down, and then we're going to do a quick hit on the 4th string, and then play string 3 after that. Remember, this is our syncopated rhythm. We have 1 and 3, so that strum holds out. Long, short, regular. Okay, so hold, short 5. So if I call it out, I have strum 4, 3. Okay, then when we go into the second set of eighth note triplets, it's just regular 1, 2, 3. And then the third set is just one note held out for the entire length. So I have strum 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got strum 4, 3, and then the second set we're going to go ahead and start on that 5th fret of string 3. So we play that note, then we move our fingers down. We're going to move that middle finger down to the 2nd fret of string 3. So it literally just goes from 5 to 2. Then lay your index finger flat after that on the 1st fret, strings 1 and 2. Gives us a lower voicing of B flat. Again, ignoring string 4. So you're just playing downwards from here. So you have 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in context we have, so it's strum 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1. So you can see we're going from this B flat to this B flat. So again, I have strum 4, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay, and if I call out the strings, I have strum 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if I call out frets, I have strum 4, 5, 5, 2, 1, 1. So a little tricky, but not too hard once you get a hang of it. So again, I have, rhythmically speaking, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, let's give that a shot together, and then we'll try the very last set of triplet in a second. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the last set sounds like this. Okay, so you're literally just going to pivot this bar up so that the first string is now open and your index finger's on a fingertip. You're going to do a little strum of string 3 and 2, or you could pluck it, and then you play the open 4 and the open A after. And just 1, 2, 3 for our rhythm. So for the whole bar together, then we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's go ahead and tackle the next bar. So this one goes to a C, and so let me go ahead and play through it. And we've got this cool little harmonic going on at the end too. Okay, so we're going to play out of the C6 chord. So we're going to take our ring finger, put it on the 3rd fret of string 2. And we're going to go ahead and play string 3 and 2 together, and then we're just going to pick out of it. So we're going to pluck 3 and 2 together, and then string 3, and then string 2. There's our first set. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now our second set's going to go open A, open 4 to the 1st fret of string 2. Ba-da-dum. So the first and the second set I have strum 3, 2, 1, 4, 2. So again, starting with the ring down, strum or pluck for the first 3 and 2 together. 3rd, 2nd, 1, 4, 1st fret of string 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to jump up and do a harmonic on the 12th fret. So remember, these harmonics is light touch. You're going to go ahead and strum down on the 2nd metal bar of the 12th fret, lift up, and it'll produce that harmonic. Now this is going to last for a quarter, so it's going to be 1, 2. Then on beat 3, we have a rest for a 16th note, and we have on the end of 3, we have a pickup. Ba-da-da-da. So it's and 1, 2, 3. That pickup leads us into the last triplet set. And 1, 2, 3. So if I count out this rhythm, it'll make more sense. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So tricky, that's what I'm saying. The hard thing with this song is the timing of the rhythms. It's not actually the playing. There's nothing super duper hard going on playing, but it's the timing of it. So you can approach this one by ear. It's also good to recognize where those hits are. So this hits on 1, 2, then we're subdividing the 3 into 16th notes, 3 end. So you rest on 3, you hit the open C on the end of 3. So 1, 2, 3, end. And then for the final set of triplet, it's regular. 1, 2, 3, and it's open A, open 4, 1st fret of string 2. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So let's see if we can try that second half. 1, 2, slow, harmonic, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And let's see if we can tackle the full bar. 1, 2, slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so again, I'll just play it so you can get a context. La da 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 bling, ba da da da. So try to memorize that rhythm in your head too. All right, so let's backtrack and let's see if we can try 3 and 4 together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's see if we can tackle all 4 bars, and instead of counting it out throughout everything, let's see if we can feel this beat a little bit. It'll help us play it more musically too. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. Okay, so remember, you can approach it both ways, by ear and also by understanding the rhythmic values. Let's go ahead and tackle the second half of this first verse. So it's basically putting variations on everything that we've played. So let's tackle 1 bar at a time. So here's the 5th bar. It sounds like this. So we have da 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 ba da 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 la da. Okay, so we start with the F. We're going to strum that. It's going to last for 1, 2. Then we've got to pull off on 3. So 16th. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to be a regular set of 8th note triplets for the second. We have 1, 0, 1. So it's the 1st fret of string 2, open C, back to the 1st fret. So I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then for the third beat, we have the open A. It's going to last the entire set. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to slide from 1st fret to the 3rd fret with the middle finger. That's going to last for 1 and 2. And then we're going to do a little open A string for the 3rd hit. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I put that together, I have 1, 2, pull off, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's give it a shot. This one's not too hard. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, pull off, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Slide, 2, O. Okay, so the next bar sounds like this. So you can hear the rhythm starts the same, and then at the end we have a little walk up. So this time around we're doing a D minor, but ignoring string 4. So we're going to use the middle finger for the 2nd fret of string 3, index for the 1st fret of string 2, and open A. So we strum 3 down, and then we're doing literally the same patterns where we're going to do a pull off on the 3rd hit. So you have 1, 2, pull off, and then normal set for the 2nd set, 1, 2, 1. So I'm playing string 2, string 3, string 2, and then the open A. So I've got strum, pull off, 1, 2, 1, open A. Okay, so that rhythm is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then our walk up is just 1st fret of string 2, 3rd fret of string 2, open A. 1, 3, O. So again, guys, I've got strum, 2, pull off, 1, 2, 1, A, 2, 3, 1, 3, O. Okay, let's give that a shot. 1, 2, go. Strum, 2, pull off, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and backtrack and try 5 and 6 together. Here we go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's tackle the 7th and the 8th bar. So here's what the 7th bar sounds like. Very beautiful bar. So we're kicking back to that B flat that was lower, so barred and the middle finger. So we've got strum 3, 1 for the first part. then we're just like we did before, we pivot that index finger up so the A string is open, so we're on a fingertip now. So we're going to go strum 3, and then this last third hit we're going to put a 16th in. So it's a hammer on 1 to 3. So I have strum 3 hammer. Okay, so if we tackle the first half, we have strum 3 1 pivot, strum 3 hammer. Then the second half goes back to the 8th note triplets. We have a pull off 3 to 1, and then the second fret of string 3. So it's important not to rush that because you had a 16th note going into an 8th. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. Right, so we want to go back into the 8th note rhythm. Pull off 2, and then it finishes up with 1 3 open A, just like we did at the end of the last bar. So same little walk up. So again, the second half we have pull off 3 to 1, then string 3 fret 2, and then walking up 1 3 0. So pull off 2 1 3 0. So if we tackle that bar again all the way through, 1 2 go. Strum 3 1 pivot, strum 3 hammer, pull off 2 1 3 0. Awesome. Now let's look at the last one, which is a cool little walk up for C. Sounds like this. And a little faster. So this one actually, the first half is identical to what we played for bar number 4. So it was 3 and 2 together, open third, second string, open A, fourth string, and then the first fret of the second string. So it's the same playing. We had 1 2 3 1 2 3. So all that was identical to what we learned before. So the ending of it is different. So the ending sounds like this again. So la da da la da ba da. So 1 2 3 1 2 pull off. Real cool ending. So we're gonna take the first fret, we're gonna slide up to 3. So we have 1 2 3. So we're gonna hit that 3 times. Slide 3 3. Then we're gonna go ahead and slide up to 5, 3 to 5. Then open A, and then do a pull off 3 to 1 on string 2. So this last part goes slide, O, pull off. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 end. So tackling the second half, 1 2 3 1 2 pull off. So that full bar is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 pull off. Let's try you and I together, slower. 1 2 slow. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 pull off. Okay, so now let's see if we can go through 7 and 8. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 pull off. Okay, now let's see if we can go 5 through 8. And let's see if we can just play it without thinking of all these rhythms and stuff. So we'll go by ear. And we'll try to keep that beat going steady. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're starting on F. Here we go. And I'm going to play it a little bit faster so we can keep the flow going. And you can always use the little slow down on YouTube to slow this part down if you want. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it sounds like that. And I kind of just did the rhythms under my breath a little bit just to help me keep in time. Let's see if we can tackle 1 through 8, about the same speed. And again, you can slow it down if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you see when I'm playing this, I'm tapping out as if it's 1, 2, 3, da, 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 da. I'm tapping those 4 hits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that really helps me keep this thing going steady in time instead of thinking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. There's a syncopated here. It gets really confusing to count and think and do all that stuff at the same time. So that's another suggestion that you can try going throughout this. And, of course, the assets that come with the premium membership is very, very helpful for learning this tune so much easier. If you can see the tablature and you can use that little on-screen tab viewer, you can tackle 1 bar at a time, you can loop it, repeat it, memorize those rhythms easier. All that stuff really, really helps, guys. So let's go ahead and look at the second verse. Now, again, we have 8 bars, but the thing with the second verse is that it has the first 2 bars that repeat. So you've got an alternate ending 1 and alternate ending 2. So in reality, we're only learning 6 bars, so a little bit easier. This time around, we're adding a tapped backbeat. Now, if you're new to adding this tapped backbeat, then check out this lesson. It's going to go really in detail in how to do it. So moving forward, I'm going to assume you know how to do it. If you want to make it easier, too, you can always remove that tapped backbeat, and it should be a lot more straightforward to play through. So let's go ahead and hear what the first bar sounds like, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so again, back to F chord. So we're going to go ahead and do a strum 3, 2. So there's the first set, strum 3, 2. And the next set, we're going to tap plus play the open A. And then we're going to follow it up by going 2, 3. So we're going down and up, just like we saw before. Strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then the next set is 1, 2, 3. So we're just doubling again. And then for the last set, we're going to tap plus play the open A, hold that out for a quarter, then we've got to pull off 3, 1. So that happens on the third beat, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so together I have strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, pull off. Okay, let's give that a shot. 1, 2, slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, pull off. So you can hear that we're adding that tap to 2 and 4. Okay, so keep that in mind as we move throughout. So nice, steady backbeat. So our next chord goes to a D minor, and we're playing the same thing for the first 3 sets. We're just playing it out of a D minor chord. So add that ring finger, we've got D minor, and we have the same stuff, guys. We have strum, 3, 2, tap, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So identical to what we just did for the first bar. Now for the last one, we're doing a walk-up, 1, 3, 0, just as we did before for the first verse. But remember, we've got to add that tap for the first one. So I have strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap 3, 0. Okay, let's give this one a shot. 1, 2, slow. Strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap 3, 0. Awesome. Now if we try 1 and 2 together, we've got 1, 2, go. Strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap 2, pull off. Strum 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap 2, 3. Okay. So that gives us the first part. Now that's what's going to repeat. So the next 2 bars is alternate ending number 1, and then we go back and play those same 2 bars, and then we go and play alternate ending number 2. So that's what I'm saying. There's only 6 bars in this, although it's 8 bars total because you got to repeat. So here's what the first ending sounds like, and it's pretty similar to the second ending. This whole song is really just a ton of variation thrown in. So let's tackle the first one. So here's what it sounds like. This is the third bar, and we're playing out of this lower B flat. Okay, so that's what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and break it down. So we've got B flat, we're gonna go strum 3, 1, then pivot up. We're gonna tap and play the open A after that, and then we're going to play string 3, and we're going to do a hammer on 1 to 3 on the 3rd. So we've got a 16th note. So the first one is 1, 3, 1, pivot up, open A, tap, string 3, hammer. So the first set, strum 3, 1, second set, tap 3, hammer. Okay, if we put that together, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, end. Okay, now let's look at the second half, straight eighth notes we're playing throughout. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're keeping out of that B flat, but remember we pivoted it up. So we're playing string 2, string 3, string 2, and then we have a tap plus string 2, and then string 3 and string 3 open. So we have 1, 2, 1, tap, 2, open. So again, 1, 2, 1, tap, 2, open. So if I play that third bar, you and I, or the third, so if we play the second half together, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh. Let's try. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, tap, 2, oh. If we try the whole thing together, 1, 2, 3. Strum, 2, 3, tap, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the last part sounds like hallelujah, 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 the Leonard Cohen tune to me. Sounds like this. Really pretty ending. Here we go. F chord, strum 3, 2. Then we're going to tap, play the open A. Then drop that first finger down, play the first fret of string 1, and then back to open A. So we've got the eighth notes going throughout. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then add that ring finger, we're going back to the C6. So we're adding it to the 3rd fret of string 2. We're going to play that note plus the open 3rd after it, and then back to that note. So we have 2, 3, 2. And then we're going to tap and play open A, and then play 3rd fret, 1st fret on string 2. So you've got 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 1. So 3, 0, 3, tap, and then 3, 1. Okay, let's try the second half. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the whole bar. 1, 2, go. Strum 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap 3, 1. Okay, let's backtrack. Let's try B flat to the F to the C. So those 3rd and 4th bar. Here we go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, hammer 1, 2, 3, tap 2, 3, strum 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap 2, 3. So that's ending number 1, those 2 bars. So that's 3 and 4. After that, you're back into the first 2 bars, and then you have alternate ending number 2. So let's see if we can play through the first 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. So again, if you were to tap the quarters, I think it makes it easier than tapping 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it helps to make it kind of flow a little prettier as well. See, you can hear the difference, right? It just helps to flow. It's not so like steady. It's like it's almost too on when you're like that. So 2, 3, 1, 2. Try to feel the beat like that. It's going to make it come out so much better. So that's the first 4 bars. Then, like I said, you go back and you repeat F to D minor, play the same thing, and then you have alternate ending number 2. So this would be technically bar 7 and 8. Sounds like this. Let's play 7. So it's just a variation, you know? That's all these tunes are. That's what makes it the hardest for me to memorize, is how much variation he puts into it. So we're back to B flat, the lower voicing. So we're going to go strum, 3, 2. Then the next part, we're going to tap, open A. So remember, pivot up. So open A, then 3, and then hammer on 1 to 3. So 16th note at the end. So we have strum, 3, 2, 1, 3, hammer. Okay, so again, strum, 3, 2, tap, open A, 3, hammer. 1, 2, 3, tap, 3, hammer. Okay, now the next part, you're going to lift that ring finger up. You're going to play string 2, string 3, lift up, play the open C. So you have 1, 2, O, then put that middle finger back down and tap, then play string 2, and then hammer on 1 to 3. So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and for the ending. So let's try the second half. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and... Okay, we try the full bar. 1, 2, go. Strum, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and... Okay, now the last one, go back to C6, and we've got a really quick build at the end. So really cool stuff. Sounds like this. Okay, so let's break this one down. So back to C6, so add that ring to the 3rd fret string 2. We've got 3 and 2 together, strum, 3, 2, and then we're going to tap, play the 2nd string together, then 3, 2 again. So you have strum, 3, 2, tap, 3, 2. Okay, let's give that a shot. 1, 2, slow. Strum, 3, 2, tap, 3, 2. Okay, the next part, you're going to do a hammer open to 3 on string 1. We can add a little vibrato. So if you're new to vibrato, check out this lesson. It goes really in depth in how to do it. And then we're going to hold that out. So check out this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and... So 16th note run at the end. So a little tricky, especially with that count and that hold going into it. So we're hammering on O to 3. That's 1 and 2, 3. So 16th, that holds into a quarter. 1 and 2, 3. And then you have, for the last set of the triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So 16th note run. So you can add that ring finger to the 3rd fret of string 2. We're just going to alternate between open A, 3rd fret, open A, 3rd fret, pulls off to the 1st fret, and then ends on the 2nd fret of string 3. So you have 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and. Okay, let's try that together. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3, and. Okay, that full bar. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, tap, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and. So really tricky stuff at the ending there. So let's see if we can tackle 7 and 8. Here we go. 1, 2, go. Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So that's what we get for everything, guys. So This one, it's not hard, like I said, it's not hard playing wise, but it is hard rhythmically. So it's been a tricky one to go through and teach. And it's been one that I actually tried to practice this lesson quite a bit to help it flow a bit better. But again, I want to say that the assets that come with premium membership is going to help a lot with this lesson. So getting the tabs, using the on-screen tab viewers, slowing it down, looping bars, all that stuff is going to help you get it down so much easier. Approach it by playing by ear, but also understanding the rhythmic values. There's a lesson on rhythmic notation in the description box below too, so if you're new to that, that's going to help tremendously as well. Alright guys, if you want to learn the second half, we're going to be covering that in the part 2 lesson at rockclass101.com, so you can click this link right here to check it out. And remember, all those assets are included on that page for premium members. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the part 2 one. Thanks.